Hi everyone and welcome back to Fully Playable Games for another This Week's in Gaming video. So in today's video we have got a lot to cover because I wasn't able to get a video out last week with everything that's going on. So this is actually going to be including news stories from both last week and this week. And then also at the end I've got a couple of updates about a potential extra video this week, as well as probably the biggest announcement that we've had on the channel, or the biggest update that we've had in quite a while. So yeah, stick around to the end to be kept up to date. But before we dive into the news stories, just wanted to say a massive happy Switch 2 day to everyone. So when you're actually seeing this video, the Switch 2 will have been officially released. And yeah, for me, I have, apart from all the news articles and news stories that we've been covering on the channel, I've not seen the Switch in person. I'll be honest, I'm not rushing out to see it. If I see it in passing, I'll have a look. But yeah, for me, I'm definitely very lukewarm when it comes to the Switch 2. I'll be honest, I am going to be holding out for at least a couple of months, and I'm going to be keeping a close eye on what is going to be happening with the games. So obviously Nintendo have confirmed that all the first party games for the Switch 2 will be all on the cart, but pretty much all the third parties that we're seeing are releasing their games as game key cards. So yeah, if that is going to be the trend, then yeah, I am going to hold off. But I will say that there is two games that I do want to play, and if I do play them, they will be on the Switch 2. So yeah, we'll just have to see with that. But while we are talking about the Switch 2 and some of the games that I want to play, one of the first ones that I actually want to play is Pokemon Legends ZA. I don't know how they're going to promote this one. But with that, it has actually received its release date. So yeah, it has been confirmed, and we'll jump onto the Pokemon website, that Pokemon Legends ZA will be available to play from October 16th, 2025. And with this is actually going to be a dual release. So it will be releasing on both the Switch 2 and the Switch 1. I like the way that we've transitioned now to calling it the Switch 1. Or at least I have. And yeah, for me, this was a game that if I'm going to play it, I'm going to play it on the Switch 2. With the performance issues that pretty much everyone experienced with Scarlet and Violet, I just can't imagine this being at all playable on the Switch 1. So yeah, for me, this will be a Switch 2 only purchase. But with that said, actually, let me just switch back. There we go. With regards to Pokemon, what have I just saw? Scarlet and Violet, that was it. There has been an announcement that there will be a free update for it on the Switch 2 that will actually improve sort of graphics, field of view, and everything like that. We have seen some videos pop up online as well of the game actually running in 1080p 60 frames. So yeah, it's actually looking like this will get the next gen update that we so desperately needed when it originally came out. So yeah, really happy with that, and glad that that is going to be a free update. Next up, we are going to move on to talking about Concord. So yes, we haven't spoke about Concord in quite a while. Obviously it was it a record breaker with regards to only lasting for 2 weeks? But yeah, we have actually had some new news around Concord. And that is that a developer's commemorative plaque is being auctioned off on Goodwill. So this, you'll see here from the pictures, this was issued to Chelsea Grace, who I believe was part of the design team on the game. And yeah, this has appeared on the Goodwill auction website. So what Goodwill do, obviously Goodwill are a major charity shop brand over in the US, and they will sort of pick out certain items that have potentially got more value that they could get in the stores, they'll put up onto an auction site. A bit like what some of the charity shops over here in the UK do, where if they get, like, for example, a Nintendo 3DS, for example, very rarely would that end up in an actual charity shop. They will look to sell that on eBay, for example. Pretty much how Goodwill work, but obviously Goodwill actually run the auction site. And yeah, this was up on... So the picture that I've got here is quite out of date. It was actually up at just over $3,000. And it got removed. Yeah, so when I, just before I started filming, I sort of pulled up the auction website, and yeah, Goodwill have actually removed it. I'll be honest, I don't know why they've removed it, but yeah, they have removed it, unfortunately. But yeah, I think at the time of its removal, it was up to just over $3,000 with about 40 bids on it. So I don't know how long it had left to run or anything like that. But yeah, that would have been a really interesting piece. Now, whether those were genuine bids or people were just trolling because of it being Concord, I know personally, if I'd had the option to pick it up, I would have picked it up. 110%. Something like that, I think, would have looked absolutely brilliant in the collection. Obviously, we do have a copy of Concord in the collection. It's actually brand new and sealed. I bought it after the cancellation and everything like that. But yeah, it was a game that I did want in the collection. And for me, it's actually quite a significant game because it's got a very quirky story behind it. And yeah, it is a shame that it did sort of go the way it did. But for me, even still, it's a bit like E.T. on the 2600. It's got a significant story behind it. And yeah, that's one game. I'm really glad I do have it in the collection now. But yeah, it was a bit strange that this plaque just all of a sudden appeared. And just as quickly as it appeared, it also disappeared. But yeah, when stuff like that comes up, I find it really interesting. Obviously, for me, one of my sort of primary focuses with regards to the collection is things around like employee stuff, whether that's like Nintendo, Sega, Sony, Microsoft, everything like that. Employee products that were never on general release. Store displays are another big addiction of mine. So yeah, I'm always on the lookout for stuff like that, and sort of the quirky sort of rare bits are stuff that really sort of catch my attention. But from that, we are going to be moving on to something that's I don't know what people's opinion on this was. I will be honest, I think I looked at it briefly. And that is that Sony has announced that PlayStation Stars is going to be closing. So this was a loyalty program that Sony released. Oh, it wasn't. I don't think it was that long ago. It was definitely within the last 12 months. It was sort of middle part of 2024, I think it got released. And this was basically a way for you to earn points to sort of use for like skins and things like that. And yeah, I'll be honest, it's all based on sort of like playtime and everything like that. And I just didn't. I installed the app, linked it all to my account, but never actually really did anything with it. So yeah, what Sony have said is that starting today, so this was actually posted on the 21st of May. So this would have been one of last week's news articles. Starting today, PlayStation Stars will no longer accept new members for this version of the program. If members choose to cancel their PlayStation Stars memberships, starting today, it will not be possible to rejoin this version of the program, and members will lose all earned points. Currently, PlayStation Stars members can still earn digital collectibles, points, and level up their status until July 23rd. After this date, there will be no new PlayStation Stars campaigns available or any additional reward benefits. This version of PlayStation Stars program will fully end on November the 2nd, and current PlayStation Stars members can continue to redeem points as long as their points don't expire before then. So, yeah, they have given us plenty of notice on this, so I've got to give that to Sony. from the way that they are talking in this article is that they're basically reviewing it, and they're going to basically be modifying it. So you'll see there are a lot of the sort of terms there. They all stated this version of the program. So it's not something that Sony, it sounds like Sony is going to be shelving indefinitely, but they want to sort of tweak it, improve it, and then potentially relaunch it. So yeah, it's a shame that it's got shut down, but I'll be honest, it probably wasn't getting the engagement that Sony probably wanted. And as I've said, I downloaded the app, but never actually really did anything with it. So yeah, I can see why they're probably reviewing it. Then next up, we are going to be talking about a couple of Switch 2 articles. And the first one that we've got is around the Switch 2. So obviously we've been seeing, like, around the console itself, sorry. So we've been seeing a lot of leaks around the console. We've even seen a couple of teardowns and everything like that. I'm not going to go into them in too much detail because Nintendo have actually got a company out there looking for these sort of stuff, and they are copyright striking everything. So yeah, I won't be going into any of those videos at all on the channel. But what has transpired from those early leaks is that the Switch 2 will actually require a day one patch, and that day one patch will basically unlock some functionality of the Switch 2. So the two bits that we're seeing so far is that it will unlock the backwards compatible element. So it will allow you to play. You won't be able to play Switch 1 games until you get that patch. And also the use of the micro SD express cards, that won't work until that patch is installed as well. So yeah, and we've also around this as well. So this was something that I literally found out about today. So one big thing is that there have been no review units for the Switch 2 being sent out to news organisations or anything like that. And Nintendo have basically come out and said, we're not sending out review units because the Switch 2 requires a day one patch. That was it. So yeah, that is why you're not seeing any sort of console reviews or anything like that. You will, by the time you're seeing this video, you'll probably see a massive influx of reviews, teardowns, everything like that. And I'll be honest, once this video is live, I will probably be sat most of this evening going through and looking at a variety of Switch videos. I've got a couple of channels that I'm all queued up, ready to watch some teardown videos and everything like that. So yeah, it's going to be very Switch 2 centric, pretty much as it's been for the last 2 months. But yeah, it's very surprising that Nintendo are basically forcing you to update the console in order to use some of the basic functionality. Now, don't get me wrong, this has all been done to basically combat these early leaks. But yeah, I'm hoping that sort of future sort of bundles of the Switch 2 will have this patch pre-installed. So essentially, as soon as you pick it up, you don't necessarily need to connect it to the internet, but only time will tell with that one. And then next up, the other big article we've had, and this is coming courtesy of Nintendo Soup, and it's a bit of warning around the Nintendo key, or the game key cards. Sorry. There we go. So basically, there is a warning that magnets. No, don't need that. So looking at the Japanese version of the cover. Now, while I can't read what is on here, but it has been translated to basically state that strong magnets can actually damage the game key cards, basically rendering them useless. So yeah, there's been a lot of people sort of like screaming and shouting about this. Now, I think the big area that people have been sort of concerned about is obviously if there's a lot of magnets within the actual Switch 2 console itself. So people have been asking, well, if I leave my game key card in the Switch 2, is it going to damage it? And a lot of people are saying, a lot of the people that have actually been looking into this have been saying that what they reckon this is going to be like super strong magnets. Now, yeah, what that entails, how strong that entails, we don't know. But obviously, by the time you see this video as well, we'll probably also start seeing some people that have done sort of teardowns on the actual carts themselves. So fingers crossed we'll start getting a bit more information there as well. But yeah, this is a bit concerning because obviously this notice isn't present on the normal game cartridges. It's only on the game key carts. So it'd be interesting to see what technology they've actually got inside those game key carts to warrant a warning against magnetism. So yeah, that's a really interesting one for me, because you would have expected it to just been a sort of small board with a chip, and yeah, just pretty much the same as the normal carts, just with a lot less storage. So yeah, we'll see with that. So what I'm hoping is in next week's video, we'll be able to look at some of the breakdowns, the teardowns, everything like that, and just have a bit more information on the actual Switch 2 itself. Then the final story for today is going to be centered once again around some disappointing news, shall we say. And that is the reports that Electronic Arts is going to be cancelling the Black Panther game, and in turn also closing down Cliffhanger Games. So yeah, it was pretty much a double hit here. So while we haven't seen or got any real information on the Black Panther game itself, from what we are hearing, the game has been in development for about 3 years, and it had about an 8-year development cycle on it, so it was just under halfway. So if EA were going to cancel it, this would probably be the opportune time. But from what so EA won't actually confirm the number of people that are affected in this shutdown, but from rumours that we're seeing online, it is actually going to be affecting more than just the Cliffhanger Games staff. There's also going to be a load of sort of back end sort of admin staff and things like that will also be affected. Some people are sort of speculating within the sort of 3 digits of sort of layoffs and things like that, which is a real shame. As I say, it's one thing that I hate seeing it. I don't like, obviously, personally, I've been made redundant from loads of different jobs. I'm very much the sort that once I'm in a job, I stay there until essentially I'm made redundant. But yeah, for me, seeing sort of redundancies within the game industry, I just think it's a shame, because these people are so creative and a lot of them are top of their game. And it's just a shame that, yeah, things like this happen. Obviously, I'm really hoping that EA don't conduct redundancies the same way that certain other companies do. So, for those just a bit of a story time in with this. For those of you that don't know, obviously, I did actually work in a game studio. I was actually one of the engineers working. I was actually a UI engineer for a game. I don't want to go into too much details because obviously I don't want to sort of personal information to sort of get out there. But yeah, I have worked on a game, and for me it was a bucket list thing. I always wanted to get my name in the credits of a game. So yeah, there's that. But the UI designer that I was actually working with on that project, he previously worked at Sony, and he was saying he was based up in the offices up in London, and they went through around the redundancies there. And the way that Sony handled the redundancies was they announced it to all the staff, and basically said that if you come in the morning and your pass doesn't work, that basically means you've been made redundant. And you would have people walking into the office, touching the gates to get in, their pass wouldn't work. You'd then have basically security and HR to sort of navigate them off to the side to basically inform them that they've been made redundant. And I thought, when he told me about that, I was like, that is brutal. And it just shows that sort of some of these big studios, they are completely heartless. And I think people running those studios deserve all the worst things that could possibly happen to them. That to me is just mocking the people that they're making redundant. So yeah, for me, I think there's a way to handle redundancies, and I'm hoping that sort of EA, obviously we know EA isn't the best company, but I'm really hoping that like the team behind Cliffhanger was able to sort of announce it and help the staff in as much possibility as they can. And then before we wrap up the video, as I said, there is some big news for the channel. So you would have noticed last week I didn't actually get any videos out because there was a lot of things being organised. And yes, me and the missus have decided to move. So we are going to be moving when are we moving? I've got 3 weeks until the move. So it'll be 3 weeks this Saturday we're moving. And yeah, in that time I've got to pack up the games room and also plan out how I'm going to do my new room, because the house that we're moving to has got significantly better space. So I'm actually going to have a dedicated game room where there'll be no computer desk or anything like that, no photography table. It is literally going to be just my shelves. The TV unit is going to be coming back as well. We're going to have the TV set up, and then I'll probably end up using my racing chair as the main chair for the games room. But yeah, I'm actually going over to the house this weekend to get measured up, and what my hope is, and I'm really hoping that my sort of visualization of the room is correct. I am hoping that we can actually expand out our shelf space as well. So yeah, fingers crossed on that one. That we'll actually be able to put more shelves in the room, which will then mean that we'll be able to expand out the games that we actually have on display instead of having loads in storage. But yeah, in addition to that, I have also got a separate office. So that will be where I'll base all of these sort of videos. Will obviously be based in the office part of the house, just because obviously I refer to the computer screens. But we will be able to go back to doing the pickups videos and things like that actually in the games room. So yeah, I will admit I am really, really excited for it. As I say, the space is going to work so much better. And I'm actually going to have there's a massive cupboard at the bottom of the stairs. And that is going to be for my gaming overflow as well. So yeah, there is going to be plenty of room for my games collection. And I'm hoping actually in the office we're going to be able to get a couple of the standees in as well. But yeah, so that is going to be coming over in the next few weeks. I will be doing a video of both packing up the games room as well as moving into the new games room as well. But yeah, there may be some interruptions to the videos in the sort of the lead up or the potentially post move, just while I get things like internet and everything like that set up, and even just get my computer set back up. So yeah, stick with the channel. I will post in the community section if there's going to be sort of a delay or anything like that to the videos, or if I'm having to sort of put videos off. But yeah, as I say, I am really excited for it and really looking forward to having a dedicated games room. It'll be a first, because normally I've had to sort of co-inhabit with my sort of office space as well. So yeah, with that said, that is going to wrap up today's video. But before you head off, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're not already, smash that subscribe button and ring the bell to be kept up to date when all my future videos go live. And yeah, with that said, thank you so much for watching today. Really hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, bye.